Let's have a formal advanced session. Welcome to the new episode. Today we want to talk about a very formal situation after electing a president which is going to deliver a speech. Like the sentence that I just said, I will elaborate on all the related language. But first we have to go and listen to the dialogue. Let's go.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our live coverage of a truly historic moment. Today marks the inaugural ceremony of Daniel Brooks, who will be officially sworn in as the 47th president of the country. The excitement here at Capitol Hill is palpable, with thousands gathered to witness the event in person, despite the cold weather. As tradition demands, President-elect Brooks will soon take the oath of office, a solemn promise to uphold the Constitution and serve the nation. Among the crowd, it's a who's who of political, cultural, and global significance. From former presidents to foreign dignitaries, the guest list reflects the magnitude of the day. Following the swearing-in, the new president is expected to deliver a unifying and forward-looking address. Early reports suggest that his speech will emphasize economic recovery, unity, and rebuilding global partnerships. This day will undoubtedly go down in history. Just months ago, few expected Brooks to rise so quickly, but his campaign struck a chord with voters across the nation. His leadership style, rooted in empathy and pragmatism, has inspired millions. And now, as he steps to the podium, his first words are powerful and simple.
My fellow citizens, I stand before you honored and humbled. In a word, hope.
Too many big words, huh? But don't worry, we will elaborate on each and every one of them. The first one was inaugural. Inaugural. To elaborate on this one, when someone is president, just elected, after there is a very formal ceremony with all the high-ranked people in that, with the parade and everything, and this person has to give the first speech, deliver the first speech, the person that is going to be president. This first speech is inaugural. We call this first speech of the new elected president inaugural. Next one is sworn in. Sworn in. Well, when we say somebody's sworn in or swear in, past tense, it means that that person is just elected. It doesn't matter. It could be a manager, somebody in a new position, and this person will take an official oath, which I'm going to elaborate on after this. Will sworn in, it means that this person will oath to do all the duties in that new position. For example, the president is giving the first speech, inaugural. Remember, I just said it. So after this person will swear in to do all the responsibilities of this new position as the president of this country. Now I had one other new word in my last sentence, which you had it in the dialogue as well. Oath. An oath. Oath is a very big promise, which when I take an oath, it means that I promise to carry out the duties that I have. Next one is another word that I used again in my sentences, deliver. Well, it's not always used as pizza delivery or something, but I think before I explain it, we should go and listen to some examples to understand it better.
Do you think she'll be able to deliver the presentation on time?
Absolutely. She's been rehearsing all week and knows the content inside out.
The new manager promised major changes.
Well, let's see if he can actually deliver on those promises.
So deliver simply means give, but in formal situations or some other different situations that you've heard in the examples. Next one is an interesting one. Who's who? It's a way of describing a gathering, people in that gathering. For example, I am in a gathering and there are so many high-ranked people in that room. So it's a who's who situation. For example, I go somewhere and I say, mayor was there and for example, the president, and it was a who's who situation. It means so many important people and high-ranked people were there. Next one is dignitaries. For this one, let's go and listen to some examples.
Did you see the security outside the hotel this morning?
Yeah, apparently a foreign dignitary is staying there for the international summit.
Who was that arriving in the motorcade?
I think it was a visiting dignitary from the United Nations.
So basically, it's a way of describing someone who is important, considered to be important because of high rank. Next one is another interesting word, palpable. Palpable. It means that when something is really strong, that you can feel it, like it gives you goosebumps. For example, you say a parade or you listen to national anthem, for example, and you feel the strength of it. So it's really strong, huh? We describe it as palpable. Next one is the kind of phrase we say in a word. In a word. And the best way to understand it is to go and listen to some examples of it.
So how was your vacation in Italy?
In a word, amazing. I didn't want to come back.
What did you think of the meeting this morning?
In a word, chaotic. No one knew what they were doing.
So when we say in a word, we want to describe a situation with just one word. For example, I say, yeah, we had this trip and it was, in a word, amazing. I have so many things to say, but I just narrow it down to just one word. And because I want to transfer this meaning with one word, I say in a word, it was amazing. It was incredible. Next one is go down in history. Go down in history. For example, our videos are so important that they are going down in history. It means they are so important that for a long time everybody will remember these videos. When something is so important that everybody will remember it. You get the idea, huh? And the last one is something that you've heard it in movies. I'm sure you've heard it. My fellow Americans, my fellow fluent maker followers, my fellow friends, my fellow family members, my fellow colleagues. It's a way to say dear. You can use my fellow something in a gathering, the name of that gathering, and the relationship that you have with those people to say that you are my dear colleagues, for example. It's a way of saying it, and it's beautiful. I think now that we've explained it all, we are ready to go and listen to the dialogue one more time.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our live coverage of a truly historic moment. Today marks the inaugural ceremony of Daniel Brooks, who will be officially sworn in as the 47th president of the country. The excitement here at Capitol Hill is palpable, with thousands gathered to witness the event in person, despite the cold weather. As tradition demands, President-elect Brooks will soon take the oath of office, a solemn promise to uphold the Constitution and serve the nation. Among the crowd, it's a who's who of political, cultural, and global significance. From former presidents to foreign dignitaries, the guest list reflects the magnitude of the day. Following the swearing-in, the new president is expected to deliver a unifying and forward-looking address. Early reports suggest that his speech will emphasize economic recovery, unity, and rebuilding global partnerships. This day will undoubtedly go down in history. Just months ago, few expected Brooks to rise so quickly, but his campaign struck a chord with voters across the nation. His leadership style, rooted in empathy and pragmatism, has inspired millions. And now, as he steps to the podium, his first words are powerful and simple.
My fellow citizens, I stand before you honored and humbled. In a word, hope.
Well, as we have so many other words in this situation, like for example, when a president is going to be starting to swear in to start his job, we have other things going on as well, like a parade. But if you know that and you have information, please comment for us. So with the explanation, so we will learn something from you as well. And that's it. See you guys next session. Don't forget to subscribe and bye.